author, not for me, I'm sure. I know the correct protocol has been established, but I would like to acknowledge Bishop Starnes.
God bless you, sir.
Dr. Davis, President, 13th President of my beloved Livingstone. Shout out to the ninth class of 1974. Golden graduates. Thank you, Brother Thomas, my brother, for the introduction. As you can see, the class of 74 is a class of great distinction.
Yes, it is.
Singers and everything else in this class. You know, my job is to get us back on time. Brother Thomas, my man Dean had called me some time ago, said, man, Livingstone is getting a lot of money. He said, I know you're giving up that money, man, it's you. I said, you giving that money. I said, Tom, don't you know what anonymous means? Shh. You know, I was going to challenge you, Dr. Davis, when you said that this next class, or the upcoming class, was the greatest class that ever stood or walked between the Maples and Oaks. I was going to challenge you until you said the GPA was 3.16. 3.26. That's what I wrote down, 3.26. And I was in this class, so I know that it went down. So you couldn't be there. It couldn't be there. To all that's here is gathered here today, good morning. I'm grateful to be here. I recently was at a 83rd birthday party. And at that party, during the trivial session, the question was asked, who can name 3 days of the week without using Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday? And the answer, yesterday, today, and tomorrow. I thought that would be a fitting topic for today. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. But before I get started, I want to set the record straight. You read in the program here about me, but I want to make sure nothing you saw to tell you I was a preacher nor a teacher. Rather, I say that I'm an old country fella who was born and reared in the peanut fields of southeastern North Carolina. I'm flesh, I'm blood, I'm you. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Why, yesterday, we, the Golden Graduate, arrived here at the Stone. Most of us graduated from the historical last class of total segregation or the first class of total integration. Our high school years was consumed with the Vietnam War, Watergate, civil rights, sit-in, protests, marching, segregation, integration, and assassinations. During the 70s, here at the Stone, we stood in the long line to use the payphone at the end of the hall to call home for mama. We would hope that someone would come and get us if the phone would ring for us. And a lot of times, they just pick up the phone and answer and leave it sitting there. Because the only thing we had was a payphone. There was a key punch machine or a data processing machine in Price Hall that was about the size of 2 bedrooms. Now your cell phone that you have had 100 times the capacity. There was no internet. There was no desktop. There was no texting. There was no email. There was no Facebook, no Instagram, no tweets, no FaceTime, no YouTube, no iPads. Our music was on an album or 8-track. We saw a vice president of these United States resign from the office. We saw a president of these United States resign. We saw a crashing economy, record unemployment, inflation quadrupled, 2 oil embargoes, the first ever, and the price went from 29 cents a gallon to $1.19 and settled for 89 cents. We graduated in the worst job market since the Great Depression, for there was few jobs that was available. You were either overqualified or underqualified for the starting salary of $8,500 to $12,000 annually. And you were competing with applicants with 10 years of experience. We lived and we were part of the workforce that saw the introduction and development of the desktops, the laptops, the internet, the emails, the cell phone, texting, Facebook, Instagram, tweets, FaceTime, YouTube, and iPad. We were told that these forms of rapid and instant communication devices would improve our lives and productivity. Yet we found ourselves with extended work days, more stress leading to multiple related illness. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. But yesterday is gone, and history is history. And tomorrow is a mystery. But today is a gift. That's why it's called the present. That's by Alice Morris Earl. Today, all these forms of communication is a new normal. And if they have been, like they've been here forever, the world is moving at a supersonic speed. The late, great Martin Luther King once said, air travel was so fast that if you board a plane from Los Angeles, California to New York City, and if you develop the hiccups along the way, you will hick over Nevada and up in New York City. But I caution you to slow down just a little and reflect. Give thanks to God for all he has done and will do. Today, the class of 1974 arrived back here at Stone as senior citizens. The world is raging. Man nor more man has no moral compass. Everything is so divided. Truth has faded. Lying is the new normal, or alternative facts. False evidence appealing real. Uncertainty is the new normal. Everything is turning and burning at an alarming pace. So we are back as senior citizens, but only by the grace and the mercy of God, and I want to give thanks to the mighty God we serve. Also, I want to give thanks to Livingstone College, the Stone, for taking the chance on me. Arriving here as a country fella from the cornfields and peanut fields of eastern North Carolina, who had not demonstrated the best he could do, one who had not worked as hard as he should have, but the Stone took a chance. You gave me a place and a space to grow and develop, and to gain the confidence to become a productive citizen. I'm here today to say thank you. Thank you, Livingstone. In the world today, there's not enough gratitude expressed. I heard Steve Harvey say recently, gratitude is very important. Your gratitude affects your attitude, and your attitude affects your altitude. I'll repeat it. Your gratitude affects your attitude, and your attitude affects your altitude. I believe today we as seniors have a moral duty to give back. We can encourage, we can be mentors, and give counsel with solid and wholesome advice. We as seniors have traveled many roads. Some were paved with mistakes and pitfalls. We should give back to those who help us. Now is not the time to become cheap, stingy with our resources, such as time, talent, or monies. None of us will get out of this world alive. None of us. You will be known for the contribution that you make on society. I want to encourage everyone that it's not the biggest or the strongest that survive. It is those who adapt to change. I heard an interview recently, a year or so ago, with the world's oldest practicing doctor, Dr. Howard Tucker, a neurologist of Cleveland, Ohio. At the age of 101 years young, he had been in medicine for 75 years. He had earned a law degree at age 67. he offers some thoughts of the lifestyle habits that can help hold off cognitive decline. Number one, delay retirement. Dr. Tucker says retirement is the enemy of longevity. Number two, live moderate. And number three, share your knowledge. Have meaningful conversation with the young as well as the old. I would say to my classmates, we have many experiences and knowledge. Let us not retire yet until tomorrow. Wait until tomorrow, I'm sorry. As we charge into tomorrow or future, I will remember yesterday is gone and tomorrow is yet to come. But today is the present. I will leave you with a few things that I believe that got us here today and will forever help us through tomorrow. I did not learn these things at the Stone. In fact, I learned them before I started at school. They are true today as they were true yesterday and will be true tomorrow. Here to go. Say please. Say thank you. Follow directions. Know and practice basic right and wrong. Flush. Ask for permission. Put things back where you got them. Wash your hands. Build friendship. And put the lid down. Fellows, young fellows, if you have been married almost 50 years like I have, you better remember that one. You better remember that one. Tomorrow has a high aspiration and hope because it's not promised. When it gets here, it's today. It keeps you reaching and climbing. It keeps you moving. So live like you'll die tomorrow, but learn like you'll live to forever. Thank you.